Yeah,
at the end of
well,
every show.
Chael Sonnen saying call again.
Oh, you want to call him up? Call him up.
Should we do it?
Do it. Fuck yeah, dude.
Should I call him or you call him?
No, you call him on speaker because you're going to be able to have the conversation with him. And I don't. We're going to have this all set up with being able to. What?
Could you hear it? Yo, what's up, Chael? How you doing?
What's happening, buddy? Am I too late?
Yeah. No, you're good. We're just recording the podcast, and obviously we're talking about your fight with Rampage at the weekend. Well done, by the way. And
Thank you.
we just said, you know what? Let's give him a call. Wonder if he picks up. So, welcome to the show.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we're recording. This is the show.
we
we were just visiting, but I get it now. How's everything?
Yeah, everything's fantastic, Chael. As I say, well done at the weekend, man. Great performance. I've got to say, I didn't expect the fight to go down quite like that. Do you want to talk us through it?
Yeah, so, I haven't rewatched it. I'm really bad with those fights I just get up in the moment, but it wasn't what I thought. Michael, I was over my head in terms of knowing what to expect. I got two partners that are big guys, and they don't every day, they're kind of hobbyist, so I didn't know what I was getting into.
Mike, it's not picking up super well right now, bud.
So he was a one, and every time he hit me, I felt it. He was digging into my body, and
that's better.
He's a strong guy. And then as far as trying to tackle him or get him down, that was hard too. I had to have just the right angles, and
that's better.
It was just kind of a weird thing, man. I chalked it up to a learning curve, and it worked out, and I won the fight. But I didn't really know. I didn't really know what I was getting into until I was in there.
Yeah, well, listen. I mean, it looked like you did an amazing job. He talked about, I don't know. You had a bet, right? $1,000, or was it $10,000 for every time you got a takedown?
10 dimes.
$10,000. So what are we saying, Chael? I know you said that he owes you a check, and that and I actually believe you when you say this, that you're not going to cash that check, because I know you're a man of your word. You think you're going to see a check or not?
You know what? I can tell you this, is he reached out to me yesterday, and he wanted my address to send the check, and he said, I think you had 3. He said it might have been 4, so say it now or forever hold your peace, or I'm paying you for 3. And I actually felt uncomfortable. I really appreciated it. I respected it in him, but there was something about it. It motivated me to go get those takedowns. But as soon as it was over and I won, I just didn't feel right anymore, and it made me very uncomfortable. And if he does send it, I think I will take a picture and maybe post it on social media just for a laugh, but I will not cash that check.
Yeah. No, it is kind of a weird one, because live on air, I think you were on a radio station, somebody puts you in that position, you got to take that bet, but obviously, I mean, you got a family, Chael, I have a family. I don't want to be in a position where I'm making foolish bets like that. But as I say, when they back you into a corner live on air, kind of puts you in a difficult position.
It puts you in a tough spot, yeah. So like you said, if you're a man of your word, once you say it, you got to do it. But it was I'm not taking his money. And I know Rampage makes plenty of it, but just on the old school mentality of, everybody's just trying to feed their family. At the end of the day, I'm not taking anything from his. I'm just not.
All right, well, listen, Chael, thanks, buddy. I appreciate this call, but my producer's saying it's not coming through too well. So hopefully we can get you on another time where we set it up a bit more in advance. So I'll let you go now, but well done again at the weekend, and I really appreciate the call.
Thank you. I feel terrible. I'm sorry I got a bad reception.
Nah. It's production quality at our end. So my apologies. We'll talk again soon, Chael.
Kaboom.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye. Yo.
Great. By the way, it actually sounded good at the end. You were pulled away. It sounded great at the end. We'll have that. Well, here's the thing, dude. We're gonna have the ability to do guests and call-ins. We should be able to just do every week. And between us, we know fucking a million fighters, so we can do call-ins like that, little 10-minute fucking interviews, like nothing. So
easy.
That was great, though. I love Chael. I'm such a fan of his.
Yeah,
dude.
Chael's great. He really is. And for him to do that, that's why I said earlier, hold on a minute. Should we just give the guy a call?
That's great.
Because he is very accessible. He's a good guy. Chael Sonnen is a great guy. And that's why, he's a gentleman. He gets a lot of shit, and a lot of people hated him because obviously when people talk shit and they talk trash, he's very calculated. And, when I said before, when I look back in my career and I see things that I regret, it's for a different reason than Chael says it. Chael is very orchestrated. Chael is very methodical. He knows what he's doing. For me in the past, that was me letting my emotions get the better of me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I regret it. I don't think Chael will have those same regrets because they were, as I said, they were orchestrated, they were planned, and it was all part of the show.
Yeah, and also I think a lot of that, the stuff that people hate him for, is very much a character. I think, you know, as an entertainer and as a business person, I look at kind of the way Chael handled his career, and it's like that he literally did the absolute best you could do with kind of what he had, because nobody was really talking about Chael Sonnen. It was very funny. It was very, like, out of nowhere, he kind of just created this moment for himself. So good for him.
You just went so dreamy as you were talking about Chael Sonnen, and then you were like, and nobody was talking about Chael Sonnen. It was really cute, really cute. All right, listen, we were going to get to questions.
Let's do some questions.
Chael called, so fire away.
All right, we got a few good questions here. First question, this is from Wing. The guy's name is Wing. Hi, Michael. I'm a big fan of your podcast. Lewis, you are also a great sidekick. Go fuck yourself. Thanks. Thanks for almost weekly content. Go fuck yourself again.
Almost weekly, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Always a big highlight of my week. My question is, in a street fight situation, which martial art do you think is the most effective if you could only pick one?
Oh, God, here we go again. Wing, thank you for the compliments. Thank you for insulting Lewis, because God knows, I feel like Lewis needs bringing down a peg or two, so well done, Wing. All right. Martial art, did he say, Lewis?
Yeah, one type of martial art, and I consider boxing a martial art. I consider
combat training.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now. Old school Japanese jiu-jitsu, Japanese combat jiu-jitsu. That is MMA. I used to do. That's how I started. I started off doing Japanese jiu-jitsu when I was 8 years old. And all martial arts came from Japanese jiu-jitsu. It's the oldest martial art. Things like over 5,000 years old. And karate took the striking from Japanese jiu-jitsu and made it better. Judo took the throws, made them better. Jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu took the submission element and made it better. Now, we used to do a variety of different tournaments when we were kids, when I was younger, you know, that used to encompass different styles. Like we used to do, before we did it all together, we used to do 3 different things. We do ground fighting, we do stand-up fighting, and we do what they call random attacks. Random attacks would be, we'd stand there in the middle of the mat, and then a guy would walk over, and then he'd whisper something into his ear, say, attack him with this. And then you had no idea. The guy just comes, attacks you with one strike, and you've got to defend it, throw the guy, finish him off, armbar, whatever. And then, you know, as I say, it evolved, and I used to do what they called knockdown sport budo in the 90s, which was basically MMA, except that term mixed martial arts hadn't been coined yet. I went out to New Zealand in 1995 and took part in the Jiu-Jitsu World Championships, and it was sparring with boxing gloves on, small ones, fingerless, with takedowns and submissions on the ground. But mixed martial arts, as a term, didn't exist. So from the ones that you know and everyone talks about, I would say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That would be the most complete form, because there is some takedowns. Obviously, there's finishes on the floor, and there's certain moves and locks and whatnot that you can do on the feet. But honestly, old school combat Japanese Jiu-Jitsu would be the one. Now, there's not a lot of places that do it, and you'll struggle to find it. But the real deal hardcore Japanese Jiu-Jitsu is not to be fucked with.
No, I think capoeira.
Exactly. You can fucking dance your way to hospital when you get beat up.
Brazilian dance fighting. That's the way it's, that's the way you got to do it. A little banana.
There you go. There you go. And I feel, I don't know. That was a good answer. What do you think?
That was a great answer. I don't know shit about fighting. I would call my my friends who have weapons, and they would come and they would get my back. That's it.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you got a gun, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
trumps everything.
Okay, next question. Let's go with Nick. Says, hi, guys. First of all, Bisping, you are hands down my favorite MMA fighter. I've grown up watching your fights since Tough 3, and since I've never stopped being a fan. Humble as hell, killer takedown defense, and you knocked Rockhold out, who I can't stand, LOL. But all right, my question is, what would be your perfect main card for a UFC event? Past or present fighters, anybody could be in the fight. Gomez too. Like for me, it would be Iceman versus Rashad Evans, Nate Diaz versus Matt Hughes, and then Bisping versus Rockhold 3. So if you were UFC fantasy matchmaker, a fight that you could have maybe possibly seen that we never did get to see, possibly or that we could get to see. Who knows? What would be your fantasy perfect world fight right now that you could make?
Well, back in the day, the fight that everybody wanted to see was Randy Couture versus Fedor Emelianenko. But that was when both guys were in the prime. You know, obviously Fedor's probably, he's a legend. I don't want to speak bad and say he's past it, but I think that's a fair assumption. Yeah, Randy Couture versus Fedor Emelianenko. Chuck Liddell would have to be on there. I don't know. I mean, that's a tough one. I hate that because as much as I respect so many fighters, I don't really fanboy out on them too much. I get asked all the time, who was your inspiration? And I'm like, well, not really. I didn't really have any inspiration. I was kind of my own inspiration. My children and my family inspired me to try and make something of myself, So, that's a difficult question, although I do appreciate you sending it in. I'll give it some thought. Maybe I'll put it on Twitter on the BYM handle.